We're at the beginning of the end of our campaign season. We have 16 days until the polls open and we can cast ballots for those who will represent us best. Candidates like Molly Kelly, who will be focused on the people of New Hampshire rather than a governor who is constantly seeking a pat on the head from a man spewing toxic waste daily from the White House through Twitter. Right? We have 16 days left until we can put a true advocate for education, access to women's reproductive freedoms, and responsible spending on the Executive Council. Let's put Joe Pace in the Executive Council. We have 16 days until we can cast a ballot for Dr. Tom Sherman for State Senate and remove the man who capitulated to the gun lobby to remove the concealed carry permit from our police chief's toolboxes, and despite all his proclamations to be working for cleaner water on the seacoast, Dan Ennis only shows up to 1 or 2 meetings and leaves the heavy lifting to community leaders like Dr. Tom Sherman. We have 16 days until we can flip the House of Representatives and put renewable energy advocates who believe in science and the realities that we face here on the seacoast with sea level rise due to climate change, a responsible business leader who knows that our fiscal and community strength is grounded in our diversity and our hard work. Let's get Lester Cuff up in Concord. We have 16 days left until we can vote to return the strongest pro-education member to the House of Representatives, a responsible member of the Finance Committee who has been and will continue to be a leader in fully funding one of our greatest resource development programs here in our state, our public schools. She knows we cannot gamble with our children's education. And let's vote Patty Lovejoy back to Congress. And I ask you to consider and remember that in 16 days, without our votes, 50% of our state is in danger of losing the ability to make their own reproductive health choices. We must take action against a party that doesn't trust women to handle their health care, but does trust disturbed and dangerous people to own guns and carry guns in our schools and in their moving vehicles and in our public spaces. Please, I'm asking for your vote. Send me back to Concord to fight the gun lobby, keep government out of your uterus, doesn't belong there, and fight to bring more and better drug abuse prevention and recovery programs to our state. Please vote for me on November 6th. Decisions are made by people who show up. We know that across the country, the majority of registered voters didn't show up in the last election, and we can do better. In these 16 days, find one of those people who didn't show up and bring them to the polls with you. Call a family member, call a friend, talk to the person next to you at the gym, at the library, in the deli line, at the coffee shop, and ask them, what time of day are you going to go vote? Decisions are made by people who show up. At a time in our country, our state, and our town where the voices of destruction and hate are growing louder and louder, we must speak up and show up. It's time to gather your thoughts and put them into action. I'm going to leave you with Holocaust survivor and Nobel laureate Elie Wiesel, who said this: we must always take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. You have 16 days to pick a side and show up.